We're doing something a little bit different today, class. We're doing a bit of show and tell. And I want to show and tell you about my plants. I don't know why, I just feel like it. We have a spare plant. She's like, put me down, sucker. Sorry, darling. Can I move, please? No. Your lap has now been supplanted. That didn't work at all. She spent no time with me today. She literally spent the whole day sleeping. So now she's like, you're here, I'm here. Let's spend some time together. I'm busy. Can't say no to her though. Like, you can't say no to a cat. Be gone, Fabbies. Go on, good girl. Oh. Slight accidental claw. I haven't really thought about an order in which to do these, which is probably for the best because you don't want it all moaning or all happy. I might just do it with whatever's in reach. This is a sorely neglected peace lily. I did water it the other day, but it was reduced to £2.25 and I know it's going to come back once I pull some bits off, and also it needs a repot because it's tiddly pot for what it is. Very, very good value. Would definitely recommend a peace lily if you're not very good at taking care of plants. Not that I'm saying that is... I'm probably not amazing at taking care of plants. So this is the state it's in. It's going to come back. It's going to be beautiful. I mean, it already is beautiful. Look at the greenness of that. Look how shiny that is. Absolutely 10 out of 10. Would recommend it, especially for £2.50. Shove that back there. I think this is some sort of snake plant. We had a bigger one, like this size, and then it split. And then somebody repotted it and gave it back to us with one stick in it. And now it's looking really happy again. You can probably tell by the compost that it's not being amazingly well looked after. So this is a good one if you're not very good at watering. Could also probably do with a bigger pot. I think you might need to watch that around animals is the only thing. It might be one of the poisonous ones. This is an orchid, and I will say this is an absolute freaking trooper because the amount of times that I have not watered it enough, it is still alive. It needs water. You can tell because it's got a really wrinkly leaf, but it's still alive and it's got new shoots coming out. I got into a bit of a YouTube rabbit hole because they said, oh, if you buy an orchid from the shop, it's guaranteed to not survive because they put it in a plug and it's really bad for the plant. So I took it out of all of the compost and everything and got rid of the plug, which sure enough was there. And it's just been an absolute trooper since. The natural habitat for an orchid is on a tree, so it needs quite a lot of aeration of the roots. This has got silvery roots, which means that it could really do with the water, as you can tell by the leaf. But no, absolute trooper. Would definitely recommend this, though it could just be that I've been very lucky with this orchid, so I'm very sorry. We've also had middling luck with orchids in the past because they can be a little bit fussy when it comes to airflows. It's just been in the kitchen. It's been absolutely fine. I had to check the bottom of this. This is a string of hearts from the Little Botanical, which, by the way, my God, their pots are adorable. This is not the first pot we got from the Little Botanical, and I'm kind of hesitant to show you the top of it because I'm not very good at taking care of the moss, but this in itself seems absolutely fine. I'm going to show you, but don't judge me. It didn't, no. See, I'm really not good at the moss. Apparently you're supposed to mist it. Seems a bit faffy to me, but look, it's so... I've tangled it. I'm going to be in trouble. I say that because husband just untangled it. This was in the kitchen for a while, but since we got the new bookcase up, the most appropriate place is probably on the bookcase because it's out of the way, and it was, I don't know if you can quite see at the bottom, it's growing up because it kept getting whacked by the bin lid because that was the only shelf high enough for it. It's going to do better in here probably. I mean, it probably get watered just about the same. I put it in the common space. This is true of all of the plants because I was like, well, if there's more than one person watering them, that's probably for the best. It's detangled enough. That's always going to be a fixture in the video, so you can see it just there. That is what that is. It is pet friendly. It's very, very pretty. I love the purple underside as well. And as I said, the Little Botanical, they've just really got me with their pots. I think they're gorgeous. I think we first came across them at a service station and wow. So simple, yet so elegant. But I just cannot for the life of me get the moss working. And I know that it just, because I need to spray it, just don't have it in me. Bit of a theme of memory lane next. This is a Christmas cactus. It did flower around about Christmas, and yes, it needs a bit of a prune. But as you can probably tell, not an amazing gardener, which is a bit embarrassing because I have gardening in my genes. Save me. Please. There we go, a little bit of a prune. What's a bit sad is it would have flowered a bit more as well if I'd watered it. But it flowered at Christmas, or roundabouts. The story behind this one is that my mum bought a Christmas cactus ages and ages and ages ago. Pulled off some of these end bits and planted loads of them out. This is one of the ones that was planted. It's doing really, really well. It will probably keep growing as long as it's looked after. And when it starts to look a little bit sad, bit like in its old age, then I can take one of its nubules and continue the cycle. And I really love that. Bear that in mind for when we get onto a plant slightly later on. Also, what I really love about this plant is our old cat used to rub against it, and I think it's still got some of her fur in it because I don't dust this. Do you honestly think if I can't prune it, I'm going to dust it? Especially when it's her cat fur. That's not happening. Also needs water. Christmas cactus. The next couple of plants are going to be plants of shame. This is a spider plant and it's got babies and it's quite a happy spider plant. It seriously needs water. Recurrent theme. This spider plant is probably about 15 years old. Not this particular one. I had a spider plant and it got really, really big. I even put it outside in the frost because the frost is supposed to not do amazing things for spider plants. But it survived. So I took it with me out of the house when I moved out. And it was just this behemoth of tendrils and dead leaves, and I just didn't know what to do with it. So when we left, we gave it somebody to look after. We gave all of our plants to somebody to look after. Came back and they planted one of the babies in a pot. So now the cycle continues. I've got more babies. It's, for some reason, relatively happy, even though it hasn't had food or water for a long time. I feel both really guilty, but also like, when's it going to end? It seriously needs water. I'm so sorry. This is a calathea. This is my second calathea. It was freaking gorgeous to start with. It's got pink. The whole point of it is supposed to close up at night, show the pink underside. It's called a prayer plant. Again, it's pet friendly. I actually watered this one sporadically, and then I put it into the common area so it wasn't just on me. Everybody was trying to water it. You can tell because it's actually got water in the pot and the soil's not looking stupid. I mean, maybe it's a bit overcrowded because you can see roots, but it's not that old. We bought this in the last few months. Second one, £17 a pop, and it keeps freaking dying. People said it was a really easy plant to look after, and I'm just absolutely infuriated with it because I tried. The other ones I really appreciate because they're alive and I didn't try, but that one I tried, and it's like I didn't try so hard that, you know, it was an issue that I was pandering to it too much, but I feel like I can't do anything freaking wrong with it. Pretty sure I even gave it food, but I don't know how to save. I don't know whether it's worth saving because it obviously doesn't want to be here with us. Moving on. These two are the same plant. I have a little bit of a backstory with this. This, by the way, is the Little Botanical again. I think this is the first plant. Was it the first plant that we got? Oh no, we had an issue. It might actually be the first plant that we got, but then the plant pot got knocked off and broken. I think we bought another plant pot to replace it, and it's happy enough. Like, it's got a little baby there, but I haven't watered it for a while. It's supposed to go through these drought periods, so that's all right, but the moss obviously is not happy because it doesn't like going through the drought periods. But I can't work out whether it's happy because that leaf down there is really not happy. These are not shriveled up enough to be seriously unhappy, and I do give it water occasionally, so I think I maybe need to do something with the soil to loosen it up a bit because I think I let it get that dry that it's not necessarily thrilled. I really like an haworthia, but I don't know it likes me. It's giving me some mixed signals. Now, a bit of history. When we went to Italy years and years and years ago, got a teeny tiny haworthia in a pot and brought that back, and I was absolutely thrilled with it. And then my loving husband tried to water it because he was like, it's a plant, it needs water. Which is not unfair given the state of the rest of the plants. Haworthias, being succulent, you can overwater them. If you give them enough water, their cells don't know when to stop, so they just burst and they get all mushy and die. That happened with my beautiful Italian haworthia, which is why when I saw this for the first time from the Little Botanical in a gorgeous pot, looking pretty happy, I was like, that's the one. I got it as a makeup plant. And then I saw this one. It's, I don't know, a couple of quid, and we happen to have a planter that is apparently a Pokemon. Don't cancel me for that. I have different interests. It just looks like a little cheerful thing to me. Yeah, mixed signals from the haworthias. They're not so far negative that it's a problem, but I'm a little bit like, I'm not really sure you want to be with me, you know? Back to me £17 investments. This is Spanish moss, or Tillandsia usneoides. I am butchering that. I am so happy with this. It is an air plant. The reason I bought it in the first place, and I was seriously umming and ahhing about this, in Florida this is all over the trees, and Louisiana and everywhere, and it really reminded me of when we were pet sitting there. Made me so happy, gave me a boost, and I was like, do I really want to spend £17 on this? You can get smaller ones from Etsy. They're like I don't know, 20 centimetres. They're not this bushy. This one's got a few in it. So I spent £17. We've had it a few months. It just makes me so happy. I have it in a really humid place. It probably needs a little bit of a water boost now. This gives me such a happy feeling every time I look at it. This is so worth it. On the other end of the spectrum, I have been wanting an Oxalis for a really long time. I think you can eat the leaves. Do not hold me to that until you have Googled it yourself and make sure that they're non-toxic. So I saw this, £8, quite a lot, right? But then I realised I was in the sale section. Camera's not focusing. But it was £1. and it was looking half dead, but it has come back to life like nobody's business. Oxalis are amazing. They're like tubers. They go into hibernation if they're not watered and stuff, and then as long as you water them, they sprout again. I'm so happy with this. The price was amazing. The fact that it's still alive is amazing, especially compared to the freaking calathea. I think the reason that I actually wanted to make this video was, hey, I spent £1 on a save me pot. I think this is in the same batch as the peace lily, actually. Look how good it is. In retrospect, what I should have done is buy multiple, but you can also, because they're tubers and they reproduce under the soil, you can split it. At some point I might do that because this makes me so happy, and it does the leave open and close at night as well. It's like the calathea, apart from a lot less than I spent on 2 lots of calatheas, and it's happy with me. And this is why I like plants, because sometimes you can really hit upon one and you go, this is me. This is who I am in a plant. And it's purple. And what more could you want, really? Purple and potentially edible. Let me know if you've had any success with any of these plants, and if you know how to deal with the freaking calathea, because honestly, at this point, what I want to do, as long as that pot is not cursed. I didn't use that pot for the first one, so I don't think it's cursed. But I think what I'll do is I'll put the Oxalis in that pot. I don't want to let go of the calathea, but it's obviously dying. What do I do? If you've got any advice for me on that freaking plant, please do give it to me. If you can magically save it and make it easy for me, just please tell me that it's the soil or they're just actually quite hard plants because I can't go with it dried. Anyway, have a lovely week. See you next time. Bye.